To the B-side. To the B-side.
Hello and welcome everyone to the ZeGg Asia Extremesland Sri Lankan Qualifier. I'm your caster Night Baden with Ms. Darkro.
Hi Abdul, so we are heading into the grand finals. It is going to be a best of three so far, but ZeGg managed to get into the grand finals quite comfortably, actually, playing up against RG and then managing to take that map 16-6, and then we saw a very close game between PnX-Heroes and RG, where PnX-Heroes actually managed to take the map 16-14 through a very what you would call a very close game, actually, and it's pretty much a battle of equal skill right there at that moment, and just PnX-Heroes are showing better experience. And with that, now we're having the grand finals in the best of three between X3 ZeGg Esports as well as PnX-Heroes.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a super cool match. I know PnX-Heroes did get knocked out by RG before, and RG couldn't face up against ZeGg. But there's always new strats and new maps to try out, and I think we might get new maps in this. It'll come up soon. And ZeGg obviously being the dominant, more favored team in this tournament, so we're expecting them to perform really well, but Heroes, maybe they have some strats prepared just for this.
Yeah, definitely. I think every team does a lot of homework and they go in with some sort of strategy that they want to really pull off, so the maps are going to play a huge part in how they actually manage to do all this. So that's going to be very interesting to see what kind of plan PnX-Heroes have kind of put into place to kind of deal with what ZeGg is going to bring into the table. But like I said, ZeGg Esports is one of those teams that are super experienced. They probably played in multiple maps multiple times. So looking at just as mentioning of maps, so looks like Nuke has been banned out, Train has been banned out. Our first map is probably going to be Mirage, then Vertigo, which is a very interesting map, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they play with that map as well. Inferno being banned out, Overpass being banned out, and finally it will be concluding with Dust 2.
Yeah, a map that everybody loves or hates, whatever you prefer. Yeah. But I like Mirage map. I think it's a very nice map. I loved to play on Mirage when I used to, fiddle around with CSGO those days. I thought it was a pretty fun map to play. Vertigo, I'm not too sure how that map's gonna go. Might be, who do you think favored in Vertigo map?
So Vertigo map, I feel like it will come down to how well you play on the counter terrorist side, because most of the time when you're playing on the counter terrorist side, you do get that access to the points much faster, so that way you can go and cover it. I think the only one you don't really get too much access to is Nuke, and in Nuke is actually quite difficult because you don't want to really put any players in that downstairs reactor room area. You just want to keep them outside and then kind of play from there.
Yeah, and here we go off. We're gonna start off with the knife round, and
yeah, so we're gonna be just starting things off with the knife round, and everyone's just kind of killing themselves. Is this the strat?
Not too sure. Something right now.
Is this the strat?
Maybe it's the strat.
No, it's a remake. It's a remake. Yeah. It's a remake, guys, so don't worry. It's just a remake. I think one of the players couldn't join in on the lobby, so because of that,
started killing each other.
Yeah, so they started kind of showcasing their skills,
killing each other. Yes.
High level of betrayal,
As they do. And here we see the sick jump.
Nice, very nice movement, very smooth movements coming in from Friday. So everybody just taking some time to showcase their skills and show off a little bit, exactly. So right now I think Friday might be looking for Hellscream here. Will he be able to get the kill on Hellscream is the question though. Hellscream doing a very good job of hiding his location, and right now they're just looking for SSZZZ, the last person, and poop! Goodbye.
Good headshot.
So we'll be restarting the round, so hopefully this should be the knife round, and the winner of this will decide whether they start off at counter-terrorist side or the terrorist side. Yeah. Wait and see.
We'll see how it goes. Let's see the knife strats coming out from ZeGg here. PnX-Heroes also the hack and slash sort of thing. We saw it in the previous game, so let's see.
I mean, you can always hack and slash your own teammates as well, so you can see just looking at all the way, waiting for someone to make some sort of a move, looking for the trade. Once again, jumping in, JRRN all the way from the skies, and looks like it's going to be PnX-Heroes taking that knife round.
Maybe the flight method didn't really work out for them.
Yeah, JRRN. I mean, he tried, but he just landed straight into his death. So they'll be deciding on whether they want counter-terrorists or terrorists. So this game, this map also pretty much counter-terrorists have a very good advantage because they get onto site much faster. So once again, looks like we're just making for the remake, so everyone's just kind of killing themselves really fast.
Yeah, and remake will come soon. But just talking again about this map, as you said, it's very CT favored. And what do you think is the most important thing that CT have in this map that just makes it so favorable?
I mean, the angles that you have as a terrorist kind of coming in is very limited, and trying to take control of that mid area is really tough, especially if you have a very good AWPer. And I mean, with a team like ZeGg being there, just keeping control of that central area, you need to smoke it off. You need to kind of block off that mid area. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult because that's the only other way you can actually give a little bit of multitude of attacks. Otherwise, you want to just come in through the tunnels or through apps, and that is not really always the best option.
Yeah.
Because that is what the CT will be expecting you guys to do.
Yeah, and also, I mean, there are quite a few nade spots for the smoke grenade spots for the terrorist side as well to block off, I think the A side. So I think those are pretty nice too.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be very crucial on how they actually put down their smokes and how they put down these, users' utility, zone out people as well. It's going to be very important in dealing with, how the counter-terrorists position themselves and how it allows the terrorists to kind of enter into the site. Because these areas, as you can see, even this connected to the B site is very dangerous because you have to come to that, middle area, and if you don't smoke it off properly, if you give ZeGg player enough and more space to kind of just spot you out, it's going to be very easy for them to kind of just pick you off one by one using AWP, and then from there, it's just all downhill. And you don't want to be a very predictive team that just runs down the B apps and just kind of, gives away your life.
Yeah.
Just running in a straight line, because that is easily just Molotoved off, and then you don't want to run through having pistols and just burning and just giving away too much damage to the other team.
Yeah, that's, I was just thinking, right? So what's the reason these players sometimes go these scouts instead of saving for the AWP?
So it depends. Right? So if you're confident in your shots, where you get to a point where it doesn't really matter. It's like AWP is really good because if you hit them anywhere other than the legs and the hands, you basically one-shot them. It's a body shot. Only if you hit their foot, not even the leg. If you hit the foot, is the only time they survive.
Right.
So otherwise, it really doesn't matter where you aim. That's why, most of the players, even in lower ranks, want to pick up that gun. It's very easy to use, and the double scope capability is always nice. But when you get to a certain point where you're super confident and you're going to land everything with a headshot, then the scout is always super cheap, and it gives you so much mobility as well, because unlike the AWP, when you pick it up, you slow down by a significant amount. And now we see still looking at their warm-up, I believe, just waiting for someone to settle in, I believe. There might be a small technical issue on the player's side, so just trying to fix that up. And once we are ready, we'll be starting with the game. So you can see, those flick shots and all. If you're confident with it, you can always just use the scout as well. And sometimes, picking up early in the round can give you a lot of information as well, just to be able to see really far, or even, pick off maybe one or two players, or even do a decent amount of damage, because the health plays a huge part. It's not like Call of Duty where you actually just regen if you hide in a certain area. It's like you get shot, you get shot.
Yeah.
And you lose that HP, you lose the damage as well. So that's why. So, but with that, this central area, taking control of that is going to be huge for whatever team.
Yeah.
Because if the terrorist team can actually control that middle area, I mean, it's going to be huge, because you have so many more options. Because it opens up the B side, it opens up the A side, it keeps the counter-terrorist team guessing, which makes it very difficult. But if you're, if you have someone who's like dominating, like say Friday picks up an AWP and just sits in the mid and just lands every single shot, then there's nothing really the terrorists can do other than straight away run at you, which is super predictable. And players of the caliber of ZeGg, they're just going to deal with it very easily.
I think the B side is also very hard to actually go onto, right? From the terrorist perspective, because there are so many wall bank places that you can actually pick off people at if they just expect you to be there, especially from the top of that van or car that's near the B side. So I think it's going to be a little bit tough for the T side, and hopefully they can get a few wins here just before they transition, because PnX-Heroes are the underdogs in this match, so Zyphers do have a significant advantage right now coming into the game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I think the mental advantage will start off with ZeGg for sure, but then PnX-Heroes off a very good win. I mean, they're probably in high morale right now, because they know that they've already been kind of warmed up, and they're ready for whatever it takes to kind of just bring the game to ZeGg Esports, because nobody wants to give another team a free win. They're going to obviously give it their best, and then 100% try to take the prize home. I mean, they get a free trip to India to contest in an international tournament. I think that's a great opportunity for any team, and I think that kind of
helps grow your team as well. Like just going on these trips, it first gives you a lot of confidence to be able to compete with people of that caliber. It helps you learn new things and new strategies from people that might be better than you, or you might be able to teach strats to people that don't know how to do certain things, especially a team like ZeGg, who's already done something like that. Have a lot of experience with it. So if PnX-Heroes do manage to win this tournament, they'll also get a new experience, which adds more international sort of players to our community, which will grow it quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a huge win for sure, whoever wins. And, I think ZeGg already kind of dominated themselves. Shown a lot of dominance even throughout the international tournaments, making it to the semi-finals and at certain events as well, beating top-tier Indian teams as well. So they have a lot of experience, and it'll be very... Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see them play. Yeah, and just going back into this...
Yeah, so with that, it'll be very. I think I'm just waiting for a little bit of technical difficulties to be fixed up, and because of that, just waiting for the players to kind of because everything is going to be very important, because you want to have your sensitivity set up at the perfect point.
Yeah.
You want your even just not just a sensitivity, even your key bindings is going to play a huge part, and then sometimes you do have certain commands that are allowed in the console, so
yeah.
It depends what. Most of the time.
Usually they use like exe files with your setup, personalized
exactly.
setup.
Yeah, your own personalized setup, so sensitivity, everything, and then DPI is going to play another huge, perspective for sure.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to games where you want to aim, everything has to be perfect. Just being able to swipe from one side of your mouse pad to the other and making sure you always turn 180 degrees, because that it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
It becomes muscle memory. That's when your aim is at a godlike level.
Exactly. So you know exactly what your body reacts to it before you have to think about it.
Exactly.
Which is what makes it very easy to land those. Even though it looks easy for them, it looks like it's impossible for us to do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it takes years and years and years. So usually what they say is for you to actually master most of your movements, or to give your body that muscle memory, usually repeat something about 10,000 times.
Right.
So if you repeat it about 10,000 times, that's when the muscle memory actually starts to kind of kick in, and then you get that, okay, so this is like, you don't need to think about it. If I need to flick this distance from here to here, all I need to do is just move my mouse this much. But so usually when it comes in gaming terms, it usually comes in 3 months is what they say, especially when it comes to FPS games, and it's super important. And just having having the BenQ monitor, which you just saw, I mean the Zoe monitor as well, just having it 244 Hertz, a huge difference from 144.
Yeah.
That just takes you to another level of gaming also. So all these little factors definitely play a huge part in how well you do how your performance plays in.
Yeah, and that's your science lessons from Azman for today. The 10,000 times muscle memory.
It's actually true though.
Yeah, science lesson.
It's science lesson.
Make sure you tune in for our next edition.
So with that, let's just talk about a little bit of the maps. I think Vertigo is probably going to be the most interesting map. Yeah. But I think just ZeGg, with the experience that they have, they can probably outplay PnX-Heroes in that map.
Especially maps that like as a team you don't play it that much. Like if you haven't played, but like usually you're used to Nuke, Train, Mirage, Inferno, Overpass, Dust 2. But Vertigo is like, you don't always play and practice on that
it's not here, it's not there. It's like,
I could play in that map, but am I as good as I am in Mirage? No, probably not. Like,
no, it's like if we were playing CSGO and we ran into a Vertigo map, we'd be like, why did you put Vertigo on the map? It doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Why would you do that?
Don't, stop.
But then obviously when you're an international level team, you'll be, very, very... your prowess in every single map has to be to the T, so I believe maybe ZeGg Esports might have a very...
and you have to have straps for each map, like... By chance, if it does come, and you have to have some sort of strat, and you have to have some sort of experience in that map to be able to play it, because it's in the rotation, so you should be able to do these things, even though it might seem like a map that you don't like or someone else might not like. But you have to get everything down to the T before you start in these tournaments.
Yeah, definitely. Like even areas like Train, where there isn't really a lot of vision, there is no open areas as such. You always get, you have some sort of cover to work with. It's very difficult to kind of track where your opponent's movements are going. Or when you have Nuke, which is like the most cancerous and most confusing map I've ever played. You're suddenly at A site, and then you drop down through one ladder, and then next thing you know, on B site already. And that is like something that is a very, very quick transition, and not very limited entry points as well. The outside is super open, super dangerous.
Inside is so close.
Is so close range. Yeah. It's quite insane actually. So these maps are all quite very difficult to master. So I think but the maps that they have kind of picked up are ones you usually play, other than Vertigo. That's the map that kind of stands out for me. And I think depending on whether PnX-Heroes can actually take game 1 or not, because if they do manage to take game number 1, I think they will have a little bit of leeway, because Dust 2 is one of those maps which everyone knows how to play that map. Everyone knows where the strong points are, where the weak points are, how to use your pop flashes, how to use those medium range flashes as well, how to push into sites, what routes to take, because you've done it a million times.
Yeah,
I mean
that could be like a bad thing too for PnX-Heroes, because the other team knows exactly what to do as well, right? But Vertigo might be something that maybe they practice as much as Mirage or something, and like didn't play much Inferno or something, and they really focused on this Vertigo match, which is why they forced Vertigo to be played. So maybe that's the map they're looking to dominate in, knowing that most teams don't usually prepare for this map as much as the others. So it could be their strong suit for PnX-Heroes, or like it could not be, I guess.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, yeah, we have to wait and see.
So far, all these teams, you know, they really kind of fought themselves all the way up here into the grand finals. Sorry, not upper bracket grand finals, the grand finals. So we actually saw 3 games of CS:GO today, and the first game was literally very, very one-sided.
Yeah.
It was a dust-2 game. I think ZeGg Sports took on RG, and RG had a little bit of signs of life here and there, but at the end of the day, you know, ZeGg just a little too overwhelming. We saw some, you know, excellent plays coming out from Friday, you know, just fragging out in those games.
Going crazy in those games.
In those games. And then in the second game, it was very close. It was literally neck and neck. I think the highest lead that they had was like 3 rounds, and even that they managed to close the gap. There were a lot of, you know, pauses to kind of just, you know, slow down momentums and, you know, the kind of positioning that both the teams were in, because at certain points RG looked really strong, and then at other points, you know, PnX-Heroes looked really strong. But, you know, both those teams are probably the most closest in terms of skill, and, you know, that's why we saw such a great game in game number 2. It went all the way. I thought it would probably go into extra time, but in the end, you know, just not having enough economy to kind of buy out those weapons and being forced into buying FAMASs while everyone else has AK-47s, not really the best for
I mean, it felt like they just lost to the eco at the end. They couldn't manage their money properly. They went for a last-minute save with the pistols, and then that just didn't work out for them. They were just too late at that point.
I mean, they took the risk in the sense that it was the safest risk that they could take, because in case that they actually bought in that round and then, you know, they didn't really get the result that they wanted, it would have been even more disastrous for them. So, you know, it's always the safe option that you want to go for in high pressure situations. Sometimes gambling on it is, you know, a good option, but then, you know, when you know you can't buy armor, when you know you can't buy utility, and you just get the guns, unless you win those 1v1 gunfights, unless you get all those headshots, there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. And it's just very hard, especially like a lot of these players might be like really good, but when it comes to high pressure situations, you tend to lose a little bit of that, you know, ability, that your focus or your concentration when you're playing, you know, in normal pubs. So coming to tournaments and playing the grand finals also hinders you a little bit unless you're used to it. So teams like ZeGg Sports and also PnX-Heroes, I mean, they're all very experienced players. So then I felt like PnX-Heroes handled the pressure of the last game a lot better than a team, the team like RG.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, it always plays the part. You know, a team that is always put into a situation, at some point in time, you're going to become comfortable with that situation. Obviously, I think every single game, when you start that first game of the day, is always going to be, has that little bit of pressure where your hands are a little bit shaky. You're still warming up. You're still getting, you know, used to the atmosphere, the people cheering you.
If it's too cold.
If it's too cold. I mean, if it's really cold, it actually, there's quite a huge impact
I
on the
really
game.
don't like it when it's cold. When I used to play, it was very hard.
Because, you know, your movements get stiff, and then, you know, you don't have that freedom of movement as well, and then you need to like wear layers and layers of clothes. You know, that's too many inconveniences when it's really cold.
So playing at that optimal condition, like you have to just get used to it, especially at LANs. You just have to go there, go on the PC, just get used to it. It's not going to be the same monitor, not maybe the same mouse and keyboard, but, you know, even your chair, it's annoying if you don't get a decent chair. They're like, sometimes the chairs don't have armrests on them, and then you can't, you know, function properly. It's just so annoying.
Or you don't have enough space to put your hand on the table.
Exactly.
I mean, so that
these might sound like minor inconveniences, but then
they go along.
Yeah, because you're used to a certain sort of play style, and then so many things hinder you. So coming into grand finals at a LAN tournament is very, very hard and intense pressure.
Yeah, definitely there's a lot of pressure, because there's a lot on the line as well. I mean, you know, a trip to India to take on some international teams, and, you know, just put your country as well as your own team on the map is like a huge, you know, it's an honor as well as an opportunity that nobody wants to really let go of. That's why we saw all these teams, you know, put in hours and hours and hours of practice. You can't get this good at CS:GO if you don't put in all that time.
That's true.
If you don't, you know, go into the training simulators, if you don't go into death matches, if you don't keep playing games over and over again, having the coordination as a team, learning the smokes. Even learning the smokes actually takes hours and hours of practice, because there's exact points where you need to stand, exact height you need to throw it on, so you get the perfect smoke. Because if it's off by even like a centimeter,
it just goes somewhere you don't want. It might even affect you in a bad way.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
it gives you, it can give you an AWPer a small space to actually just, you know, snipe you through when you're coming. When you think, okay, the smoke is there, he can't see me, but he actually can see you from under the smoke. So, you know, those kind of inconveniences always do happen. So it's very, very important that you make those precise movements, precise nade throws, using. That's why utility is so important in this game.
Yeah.
Block off so much vision. It gives you that opportunity to take control of the sides.
Yeah.
And just get those. I think usually most of the time when you entry frag, you want to get that initial kill. And if the team that gets that initial kill and doesn't lose the person that they traded with, is going to have a huge advantage, because just having that numbers advantage, having two people just kind of pocketing each other to get the trade in case something goes wrong is always great.
Yeah, and always catching people, like even if you don't get the trade off and the guy stays on like 4 HP, there's still a chance he can headshot you with an AK and you just die, and it doesn't matter that he has 4 HP. So just as you said, the numbers advantage is such a big deal. Just making, like, as soon as you're low HP, you want the other guy who's 4 HP to stay in front so you can get the trade with the 4 HP guy. But there are always plays you can make, like these top players in professional teams that do 1v5s against other professional players. It feels like they handle situations like that so elegantly and so nicely, that they've been put in so many situations like that it feels. I feel like playing the same. I feel like playing CS when I see stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially like when Friday did it. I really felt like playing. I was like, wow, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just about putting yourself in that situation, I guess. So when you put yourself in that situation, you get kind of used to it. You know exactly what to do. So usually in a 1 versus 3 situation, you don't want to fight all 3 of them at once. You don't want to just expose your body to all 3 and just expect you to get three headshots in a row by flicking each other. They're going to react as well. They have the same reaction speeds that you do, so they're going to obviously target you. So the thing you want to do, obviously, most of the time is kind of split them up, look for those 1v1s, just make sure you have cover so you can just kind of dance around, avoid the rest of the 2, go for 1-on-1, get that initial headshot, then make it a 2-on-1, then, get that next one, make it a 1-on-1. We saw how well, Friday did that in the last game in Dust 2 as well. So it's going to be interesting to see whether anyone from, PnX-Heroes can match up as well, because, but end of the day, CSGO is not a one-man game. It is going to be a team game. So even if you can't deal with one person alone, you always have your teammates to back you up. That's why trading is always super important when you're going onto a site. Even if Friday does take you out, he still has to focus onto the next target. And if he even slacks off for even a second, that is enough time for someone from PnX-Heroes to
like you saw Friday, he was defending the A point and he was getting frags, but he had to trade because he didn't have anyone backing him up. So even a player as good as Friday, who can always get the trade you want, unless he has backup, he's not going to be able to kill everyone.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see how much time and effort they put in, because all these players are holding their crosshair at headshot level.
Yeah.
There is never a time where they're looking down on the ground or they're looking somewhere else. Like most of the time they do check corners, but even when they check corners, they always keep it at headshot level, because that is your best bet of surviving, best bet of getting the kill as fast as possible, and also your best bet of just basically just winning those 1v1 get fights.
Yeah, those 1v1 fights are very important, I think, but I think it's more like the strategy that comes into the game that plays a big role in some of these games. Like sometimes you want to sacrifice one player, but you want him to trade at the same time. So if he does get a trade and you bait them into thinking they're going into another site, and you do the complete reverse and you go to B execute or something like that, then it's like such a big strategic win that you win not off your kill or your skill of fighting them or shooting them in the head, but just strategy only.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice about CSGO.
Yeah, definitely. So with that, guys, we'll be going into a very, very quick commercial, and once we come back, we'll be having the game live on stream.
As far as I know, everyone on the team who has tried the new screen from BenQ is using the feature with 240 Hz. It's so amazing. The transition is so great.
I think for me the most important when I play the game is that I feel that all my actions directly represented on the monitor. This is just another level on top of that, I would say.
It improves your gameplay a lot. You can react much faster on these kinds of monitors, and like once you play on 240 Hz, you can't go back.
Yeah, so guys, we're back for the game now, I think. So
yeah, so we'll be having the game hopefully starting soon. So we do have it. So we saw PnX-Heroes won that knife round, so now they will be played. Looks like they decided to go into the counter-terrorist side, and with that we see Benjay just lining up to just throwing that smoke. Looks like they want to go in for this early A side take, it looks like, and with that you can see everyone just moving in through apps as well, and then just using the connector point just to kind of funnel in with that. So you can see all the smokes now kind of running in, and a few shots being taken, and now we actually see Hika and the rest getting flashed up, and we don't see anyone being picked up as of yet. And now Spo from Hell actually gets taken down, and you actually see 3 of these players already pushing in. Jiren needs to be very careful here, and meanwhile he actually gets taken down as well. So already 3 on the side of PnX-Heroes have fallen, trying for these USP shots, but nothing really connecting. With that, the last one on the side of PnX-Heroes is only going to be Joker. He's running in, looking for those headshots, looking for any sort of kill that he can get. It's really not connecting. He actually managed to bring down 1. So it looks like he managed to bring down Hikka as well, going for another headshot. Meanwhile, Joker pushing in once again. So you can see the next player actually rotating into the center here, but immediately the jump in is there, and that's what happens when you usually have 2 players just covering each other.
Yeah, that was just very well executed by ZeGg there. They made sure they had a plan, and they used the plan to perfection there. They went through the A side, they had an execute plan, and they just went as a team, covered each other. Yes, they lost a few, but they had this strategy going behind it where everybody's just rushing in with pistols, whereas PnX-Heroes were kind of split, so they were able to pick them off around the map.
So with that, they do get the advantage. Obviously, they managed to buy their own SMGs, but looks like we do have Jiren with that Deagle, so immediate just tap fire there. Does have a Molotov as well, trying to zone out. And now Spo from Hell just trying to hold this corner. Once again, looks like Joker managing to scout out most of their rotations, spamming, just kind of shooting through the flashbang here, and managing to connect with a few shots, and then down into the alleyway they go. I mean, down into the cave, whatever you want to call it. So we'll just call it the underground passway for right now. So with that, looks like they're going in for this A shot, the B shot kind of take here. And with that, actually no, they're going on to the high ground here, going into the mid, and now ZeGg and Jiren trying their best to kind of hold the site off, taking a few shots. One more shot should be enough to bring down Hellscream, and once again the Deagle spam comes in. 300 bucks going their way right now. Managed to get another one headshot rise onto Hikka there. He actually gets taken down for the trade, and looks like it's only going to be Jiren left alive. More shots coming in with the SMG, with the UMP, and that is going to be it, the round. And Zyphos Esports struggling a little bit, but managing to close it out, and that is all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, they really needed to take that. You have to win those fights, right? It's after a pistol round, you have the guns, you want to make sure you take those pistol fights. But a little bit, like, they got a few kills on PnX-Heroes, so then they have something to their name rather than nothing.
So it looks like they have decided to buy in this round as well. So a few M4, A4s, we see the AUG as well, along with the FAMAS as well being picked up. And this is a very important round for PnX-Heroes, because if they do not manage to bring it back...
from Hell.
So from Hell taking this amount of damage, and immediately gets taken down. The AK-47 shots just a bit too strong, and then once again nice headshot coming in from Saz right there, and then Hellscream managed to get the trade, and now Joker managed to bring down Hellscream, and Benjay immediately taking down Joker. So you can see the trades already happening in the map, and now once again Benjay just spraying through the smoke right now, connecting onto one of these players. Jiren actually falling quite low. He sees the flashbang being popped up, and meanwhile Friday trying to do that lurking wraparound, but not going to work out. Now it's a 2-on-2 situation, but the bomb has been planted. Do any of them have a diffuser kit is the question. Does not look like they do, and with that another headshot to close out the round. Well played by Defiance right there, just to clean out those 2 kills in the end.
Yeah, that was just clean up there, I guess. Like right now the economy is pretty low, even though they did buy out. That was kind of unfortunate for them. You
can see one really nice headshot coming out. So just not being able to keep his composure.
Too many people. Yeah, if he did get like those 2 pickoffs there, I think they would have had a lot more pressure being applied to the to Zyphos ZeGg there. Just getting 2 kills with 1 person is such a big deal in this game that if you are given the opportunity, you can't miss it.
Oh, nice headshot there actually, but the trade is there, but it does so much damage to Hellscream as well. And for a pistol, just using a pistol, that is a lot of damage. And now the pistol is ready, and once again Hikka actually comes in, and he managed to get that kill as well. So that is going to be 2 players going down on the side of PnX-Heroes, and once again the advantage to Zyphos, ZeGg Esports actually. And now looks like they're just holding on these angles, just trying to change the way they want to rotate. So now the player Nugget is actually going to start rotating into the B side, expecting this rotation coming in from all the players from ZeGg Esports, with 4 players remaining, sorry, not 3. So with that, he's holding down the angle right now, just holding on to this Deagle, and once again smokes, Molotovs, all zoning capabilities coming in, looking for the next player. Takes a shot, immediately gets a headshot, gets taken down, and now Benjay running through this inferno of fire right now. Looking for the next player.
Might be able to
find Joker here. Joker actually gets taken down by Hikka right there, and they're just covering every single opportunity that they can. They just don't want to give PnX-Heroes any sort of opening at all. You can see
no room to breathe for them.
No room to breathe at all.
I mean, they are nice kill by GRN there, making sure he gets something out of this round rather than nothing. Maybe he can get a second kill.
The head, but it's nice. Just immediate control. You can see the beautiful flick right onto the head, and with the AK-47, if you can do that.
Yeah, 7-0 on Defiance right now, playing really well this game, as well as Hellscream with 4. I think he died once. My bad.
So you can see, like, he did his best. I mean, he managed to get one with the pistol.
Yeah.
But then that was about it. ZeGg actually managed to get taken down, and then Nugget trying for a few shots, but wasn't enough. And then Benji just getting a little bit overly aggressive and getting taken out. And with that, another buy round coming in from PnX-Heroes. This time they do have the AWP on Joker, so it's going to be a huge round. They actually see one of these players, immediate headshot coming in from Friday right there, and try to push into the zone. But Jiren actually managed to take one down, takes a second one down as well. But the trade is there. It's still a 3-on-3 situation. But Joker with the AWP is still alive. Defiance taking a decent amount of damage as well. Now Hellscream just holding down these angles, smokes being thrown out, and now Hika holding this angle as well, making sure that no one can really rotate from behind. Nugget looking for any sort of opportunity. Nice nade, actually does a decent amount of damage to Nugget, just about 10 damage, maybe taking away 10 HP itself, and now the bomb actually being planted as well. Joker still holding his angle with the AWM as well. Suddenly they see Nugget, they know where he is. He's trying to peek and fire. Nugget actually gets taken down. Now it's only going to be SS's easy. He's slowly trying to creep his way into the side, but immediately getting taken down, and that is so much of momentum going the way of ZeGg Sports, and suddenly it's just 5-0 and complete utter domination coming in from ZeGg Sports right now.
Yeah, it looks like PnX-Heroes just don't have a strategy to counter this. It feels like they're just losing every single fight that they try to contest against ZeGg right now. Every single gunfight is being won by PnX-Heroes, and the only thing they're getting in return is like the trade kill. And I don't think that's going to be enough.
Again, we might see Joker running into Benji right now. An immediate headshot with the AK-47. Not even able to get a shot off right there. Now Jiren holding up this, angle for the headshot, and immediately they just get boosted onto the boxes. He was not expecting that. Immediately gets taken down, and Spore from Hell now in a world of hurt might be able to take down one, but no, even then Hika still actually survives. Now Nugget and ZeGg in a world of hurt. It's 2 against 5. They don't even know where the rest of these players are. They should know that they're in the B side right now, and we might even see ZeGg Esports just chasing around looking for the kill.
Yeah, it looks like they just know this map so well on ZeGg Esports that they know where everyone is, and they can expect...
managed to bring down Benji there, so he might actually grab an AK for himself. If you can save this, this is going to be huge. So he just needs to work together with Nugget and not give away this advantage. I mean, picking up this AK is huge for them. Yeah. But even then, it's going to be ZeGg Esports taking the game up 6-0.
Yeah, I mean, they can't really do too much about this. The bomb's already been planted. They might try and just hide, and I don't think ZeGg Esports really need to worry too much about giving them the AK, because they already did save to buy for guns for the next round, so they're going to have guns anyway. So they're okay with just giving them the AK and chilling for now.
They should be okay with this. We're just waiting for the bomb to go off, and that should be the end of the round. Defiance is taking a look at everything that he can probably find, looking at elevators, looking at boxes, looking at apartments as well, just making sure that he doesn't really get caught out by surprise and gives another AK away.
Yeah, so then that's a decent amount of gold now on the side of PnX-Heroes, so they can buy out, and hopefully they can do something, because right now it looks like they're going to, I mean, they're struggling a little bit. Like, they're 0-6. They really need to win some rounds here.
Yeah, they definitely need to win some rounds. Nugget and everyone have actually managed to spend a decent amount of cash and just buy out what they needed. They do have 3,000 gold still left over on Jiren, so the AK will be with SSS ZZZ. So it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of approach they're going to take this time on the side of ZeGg Esports. So far they've been only, other than the first round, every other round has been a B take. So this one is going to be one of those slow A takes, it looks like. So smokes have been dropped out. Pre-firing shots are also coming. So this is usually where a player like Joker can shine at this long range distance. So unless they get these one-tap shots coming in from Defiance, it's going to be quite difficult. And with that, they're actually moving in. They see the rest of the players as well looking to shoot. And then now don't see the players. The Hellscream actually gets taken down there. But the immediate trade is there from Benji, and now SSJC. Now Nugget also caught out in the open, spraying to the wall, taking a few more shots, almost connecting on Hika here. But the smoke is now currently just, kind of just ruining most of these, most of the ability to see. And with that, are they going to spam right now? Spore from Hell actually gets taken down. Jiren now moving into the open. They do not know that he's going to move all the way back into connector here. And Joker, where is Joker? Benji actually managed to take him down as well. So the AWM is also on the ground. And with that, Jiren managed to get one more kill, but Defiance managing to clean it up. Actually, Hika managing to clean that kill off with the help of Benji.
Yeah, it just looks like that they can win their one-on-one fight. They keep getting the trade kills, and in the end, it's just a numbers advantage for for ZeGg Esports. And they're just winning the games off of that, and also it just feels like they're just being outclassed right now.
Yeah, right now it looks like they're getting completely outclassed right now, because they're losing all their 1v1 gunfights, and that usually can't happen. But then you can always say that the terrorists have the AKs, and PnX-Heroes don't really have the same firepower. But even then, I don't think I think you just need to expect this kind of movement coming in, and
GRN.
already get taken out. They're actually force bought in this game and round as well. Hika actually gets taken down, so that should be a free AK going their way. But with that, Defiance is looking around, just spamming through every single corner that he can right now. And with that, Joker trying to push in through the smoke right now, and we have the AOG as well. ZeGg getting taken down, and meanwhile in the A side, I mean in the connector to A right now. And with that, Hellstream going to fall back almost immediately, and they only lost Hika for the moment. They don't see anyone in that central window area right now, and with that pushing into the A side, there's only one player. It's going to be Nugget just hiding around somewhere in the corner. Are they going to go for the A side plant? Are they going to go for the B side plant? We can see the player with the bomb just kind of chilling near the spawn still, waiting for some sort of communication to come out of the players from ZeGg Esports. And with that, Smokes once again being dropped down, making sure that there's no one to kind of catch them by surprise, so they don't give too many opportunities.
And Spore from Hell is just, you know, at the back, in the back line. He's not too sure what to do right now. I think they're trying to wait and trying to get pick-offs right now and for people going, and then once they get the kill advantage, I mean right now it's oh, he's getting shot from,
They can see his feet from there, so happy feet, wombo combo, gets taken down.
Oh god, that's unfortunate. They wanted to pick someone while they were rotating or while they were trying to lurk around, because they wanted to fight on better terms instead of in terms of number of players, but they couldn't really do that. And Nugget, I think he's just going to save his money as much as he can, because he won't be able to do anything against this.
I think his whole team really can't do much in the next round. It's going to have to be an eco round, because they kind of force bought in the last in this round as well. So with that, you know, the Nugget currently just has that M4 F4 with him at the moment, and he's just going to try and save that, maybe not get picked off, hopefully.
Yeah.
But we do see, I think usually we see Benjay rotating in to kind of, you know, just pressure and try to find that last kill. So in this moment, it looks like it's actually going to be Benjay actually just rotating in both together, and the M4 F4 as well. So you can see them now coming in, and they actually find one. They manage. Oh, he gets an AK. He gets out both. Oh no! Disaster!
Good play coming out from Nugget there. At least he got the double kill and the AK.
He got an AK and a lot of goals. A lot of goals.
So at least one player in their team has some gun for the next round. That was a good double kill coming out from him.
Are they memeing? So with that, the score goes up to 8-0 once again. So this time they do have an AK-47 this time with Nugget. Taking a few shots now, just letting them know where they're coming from. Immediately the peak coming in from Joker, and immediately getting headshot taken out. And now just coming into the center area, bringing down Friday once again with that beautiful control with his AK-47. That's already 3 players going down on the side of PnX-Heroes. And why did they manage to bring down one with the AK-47 going into the B side, it looks like. And Hika looking both ways right now. It's as easy trying to go for a 1v1. Managing to pick slowly chip him over, but Nugget actually gets taken down as well. So it's only going to be the last player, and they're all going to push in and probably going to try and just make sure that he doesn't have anything to work with. And that is going to be Benjay with 1 HP left.
Wow. Very close to dying. But it still looks pretty bad for the side of PnX-Heroes here. 0-9.
Yeah, 0-9 so far. Utter domination coming in from, you know, just ZeGg Esports just outclassing PnX-Heroes in this grand finals right now. And I mean, there's 2 more matches to go, so anything can still happen, like you said. Like I said, you know, ZeGg Esports is really versatile in how they want to play this, and they're just winning all their gunfights as well. And there's just something that they need to do differently on the side of PnX-Heroes. So far, everything that they're doing is so default. It's so easy for most of these players from, you know, ZeGg to kind of see. They actually managed to get that one favorable trade, immediately 1v1, and then immediately another trade as well. You can see all the trades coming in, but finally a favorable trade coming in, but it's still a 2-on-2 situation. They should know where both these players are. Now, once again, it's now a 2-on-1 situation. Nugget getting a very nice AWP shot there, going all the way around, another smoke being dropped in, looking for this last player. It's going to be Defiance, the man who still has never died in this game.
Yeah, he's probably going to, like right now it seems like if he gets to fight them off separately, he still might be able to do this. But coming through the smoke now, he might be in a little bit of trouble if he doesn't know where they're going to be.
Oh, and immediately getting caught in the between of both of them, and he's going to get taken down. Going for a little bit of a
confident play,
but not being able to pull it off, and immediately gets taken down. And with that, PnX-Heroes getting their first round on the board, and they're going to gladly take it.
Finally on the map, they're 1-9, and it must be feeling good for them. They're like, okay, we can do it. Guys, we just need to focus and play, try to counter their strat, try not to get picked off without getting a trade, and try to get a trade without getting picked off yourself, you know.
So as you can see, you know, both 2 players going towards the B side and 1 player going to, 2 players going towards the B side and the rest of them going into the A side. One of them will probably connect here in the middle, and Nugget immediately gets taken down, looking for that shot with the AWP, and immediately gets picked off. Jiren going to Molotov one area off, looking for that nade as well, and now once again Joker might take a decent amount of damage. Actually, it's just a smoke being dropped in. Molotov to zoom in up, so they just kind of stay there and peek, and with that, now the smoke is being dropped down. They actually, the players going to start shooting, but better aim coming in from Hika. They managed to bring down Jiren as well, and with that, now we see Joker trying to just catch that rotation out, but a little too late.
Yeah, he won't be able to. He might be able to catch one person here, maybe get a little bit of gold for him. He knows the bomb has been planted, so they know where most of the team of ZeGg is. So they have to play a little bit more careful. They're probably going to be out looking for kills now.
Benjay, once again, just doing Benjay things, shooting around. I think he probably knows, Joker 100% knows that there's someone coming around from this area.
Oh,
and
nice kill.
It's going to be Friday. I mean, that's not the kind of sound you want really be making, but they managed to bring down Joker as well. So once again, it's only going to be ZeGg managing to get another kill for himself, and now they know exactly where he's hiding in this corner. Going to use a flashbang as well. They should be able to hear these players running in. Defiance now moving in. He has lost that.
The bomb is going to blast.
Yeah, the bomb is going to blast. They probably will be seeing him. He sees the gun. He sees the gun. He knows he's going to pre-fire. Shot there, going to take him down as well. So very, very unfortunate. The gun just poking out of the corner there and just giving away the information that Defiance needed to bring him down.
Yeah, that was. I didn't think that would happen, to be completely honest. But unfortunately, it does go down. And here in the replay, you can see Joker trying his best to get a few kills in the end, but to no avail. He did fall, losing a gunfight here, and it just feels like ZeGg just have the upper hand in most of these fights. They just have better aim right now.
You can see they're always just making sure to keep the crosshairs at head level, and with that going into round number 12, so looks like it's going to be a B rush, no Molotovs, nothing being dropped down. They have picked up a FAMAS, 3 FAMAS, actually M4, A4s and a AWM and AWP, and right now taking a few shots from her, getting immediately picked off, and Defiance now holding the back line as well, and meanwhile they're actually trying to get the plant down, which they are successfully able to do, and with that they actually lose Jiren as well, they lose Nugget as well. As the smokes clear, they're losing player by player. Hellscream actually gets taken out, immediate trade coming in from Friday, and Defiance closing things out, killing up ZeGg.
Cleaning them up, like it's not. It feels like it's too easy for them right now to be able to play against these guys, and it feels like it shows how strong such a team like ZeGg, who plays against international people, are. Like they have to practice for so long to get this good, and you can see it through their play.
Like every single kill has a trade. Like even if they lose one play, there's always someone else there for the trade. Only time is that one round they lost, and the one part where they actually both died to I believe it was Nugget, who was hiding in the apartments there. But then once again we see the rush coming in. Finally they have a Molotov this time, but this time they actually managed to bring down 3 here. So Smoke from Hell actually managed to get 3 kills this time. So really good position of coming out from him to cover this B rush in. So I think ZeGg just getting a little bit too overconfident.
Yeah, a little bit overconfident.
Oh, the double nade! Oh, double nade. Nugget trying to come in, but the headshot is there, but the trade is there as well. The double nade to bring down Spore from Hell, but Spore from Hell did his job before he got taken down.
Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of overconfidence coming out from ZeGg, just not checking all their corners, and Spore from Hell just able to get those kills from the back, just getting those headshots in. He had more than enough time since they just didn't know he was there at all. They didn't check. So good round coming out from PnX-Heroes.
Oh, meanwhile, it's actually rushing to the air. What a beautiful headshot coming in from Defiance. They're looking for the next player, hiding under this bridge right now. Sees the next one who's going up elevator right now. I mean, the boxes right now. He actually gets taken down. An immediate trade coming in. ZeGg going down as well. And now Jiren trying to hold down the CD side. Sees one player, gets headshotted almost immediately by Benjay right there. And now it's only going to be Spore from Hell against 3 right now. And once again, the rush just seeming to work out in the open. Spore from Hell managed to bring down 1. So Defiance gets taken out. And now it's only Spore from Hell against 2 of these players. Immediate headshot, just poking his head a little too forward, and it's 2-12, and it's not even halftime yet.
Yeah, that's pretty great. One more round till halftime, and maybe then they'll have a chance on PnX-Heroes to maybe fight it back a little bit, because maybe they have better strats on that. We are not too positive on that, but it looks like this map is gonna be for ZeGg Esports right now, because it feels like they just know the map a lot better than PnX-Heroes, and they played to such perfection right now. I mean, yeah, they lost 2 rounds, but in most of the rounds, I feel like they're just playing this so well that they deserve to win this a lot.
So now we see Benjay moving aggressively. There is one player kind of guarding that area with a very tight angle right there. You can see Jiren. So right now with that itself, Benjay looking for that Nugget, going to throw a flashbang, and immediately, oh, while blinded, Benjay actually manages to get that headshot, spamming away. Once again, another nade actually beautifully connects, and with that he comes in, but he drops the bomb right there, and immediately getting the trade is there, Defiance is there, covering Benjay's entrance right there, and that is only going to be Spore from Hell, the only one left alive, and shooting the legs of Friday right now. But Friday, a much better 1v1 fighter right there, and taking out Spore from Hell, and that is going to be 13-2. Dominating performance coming out from ZeGg Esports right now.
Yeah, now we know why they were in the upper bracket finals and what they're in the finals now too. I mean, they've just been playing this tournament really well, and I think they deserve to be playing this well. I mean, they're showing off why they are the best in Sri Lanka right now.
Definitely, I mean, there's so much talent on Sri Lanka, so you can see every single kill, there's a trade, there's someone always covering someone else, the way they're using their utility, even not being afraid to just rush into a site, running through Molotovs, knowing their limits, keeping the coordination going. If someone comes in through apps, you have another person from connector just there to kind of, just assist you and get the trade.
And you're not communicating these things, it's just a synergy in the team that's there. You know that how long they put in practice, like you don't have to tell someone to cover for you because you know he's covering you. Just that trust and the synergy that's in the team is very nice to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Now they do have 1 minute before the switch is there. So can PnX pull off a rabbit from the hat is the question right now. And the way things are going so far, not looking too great. So we see Defiance with his 17 kills. We have Benji with 14. We have Friday with 13. Hika with 13. So much consistency across the board in this ZeGg team. So even when you take a look at the side of PnX-Heroes, we have ZeGg who has 11 kills but doesn't really have too many assists to his name. I mean, Jiran is trying his best. We saw Spore from him getting that triple kill as well in that one round where they actually won. So just about positioning yourself. They have the aim. It's not that they don't have the aiming skill. It's just that they're lacking the amount of experience that ZeGg Esports has kind of accumulated over the years.
Yeah, and also these one-on-one fights that they lose, they never get trades off of it. Like, yeah, they might get one kill, but there's never someone else to help them get the other kill that they really need. Or if they do get a kill, they need to get it without dying. I think that's the biggest advantage you can get in these types of games. And I think positioning yourself, like you said, is so key in a map like this that if you don't have it, you lose this bad.
Yeah, it's like it's outrageous how bad they're fighting right now. But now we're back into the pistol round. So if they do manage to win this on the side of PnX-Heroes, they do get another free round, hopefully with the guns. But given how well ZeGg Esports are playing, even that I'm kind of doubtful about.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard for them to come back from such a big deficit. But there's always a chance that it can happen. These players are not your normal players like you and me as one. They're actually people that have tried and have trained and are prepared to come into this tournament. So hopefully they can pull off something.
So we see the smokes coming in as well. Defiance is holding in the side. The flashbang comes and now the shot. Oh, beautiful headshot to pick off. Jiran, the Nugget also getting taken out. Hellscream immediately falling back, looking for better space. USP being picked up by Spore from Hell. So once again the plant is going down. Hika trying to get a shot. They do manage to get the bomb down, so they do get a decent amount of gold from that. And with that now Hika's Benji looking at one of these players, actually takes a few shots, but no one really there for the trade. But immediately getting destroyed is PnX-Heroes and ZeGg Esports getting round number 14.
Just getting those two headshots at the start of the game just made it so much easier for them to rush in and clean up the rest of them. It's like once you have this numbers advantage so early in the game, it's just so easy because you know where everyone is. They wouldn't have gone far, they wouldn't have split up for a long time, so everyone is concentrated in that one area and it's very easy to clean up and finish the round like that.
Yeah, definitely. Once they do that, it's kind of easy to take control of the site as well. They did manage to get the bomb plant down, so which means they are going to force buy in this round, it looks like. So you can see them all picking up, SMGs. We actually have Spore from Hell picking up an AK. They don't really have most of them except for Spore from Hell. Spore from Hell hasn't even bought armor. So, that's just how much they want to invest into this. And Naga now running in, just spamming through with this SMG and taking on this 1v1. Bringing down Hika as well. They should be knowing that someone is coming into the B side. And with that nice angle being held here by Benji right now. He's trying his best to get into the side. And Defiance actually managed to bring down the FAMAS. Is doing work right now. And with that, Friday comes in. He's taking a few shots with the M16 as well. And now Benji pushing in, managing to get one. But immediately getting taken out. And now it's 3 against 2. That's 3 against 1 for this moment. And Spore from here gets taken down. And that's going to be an AK. They do manage to get the plant once again, so it'll probably be another force buy round coming in the next one as well.
Yeah, I mean, they have to fight by at this point. It's the one round remaining, and so ZeGg can just take it all in this first round. I mean, it is a best of 3, so there's going to be another game after this for them to try their luck in. I mean, right now, I just don't think this is their map. I just feel like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think looking at the map right now, I mean, it's so difficult for them to do anything. Look at how well they're getting outplayed. The shots coming in. Hika just dancing around. They do manage to get that one trade without losing anyone. But even then, Defiance just kind of evening things out there. Benji getting traded almost immediately with, and with that, then we saw the rest of ZeGg just coming in and kind of destroying them, and now they're going in for this B rush. Will it work for them? Nice flash coming in from Hellscream. Everyone is currently blinded. Brings down one, brings down two, brings down the third one, trying to bring down the third one, but gets taken out. Now Friday holding down this position as well. So the rush is coming in. 3 players left on the side of the terrorist team, and now PnX-Heroes managing to get one more headshot there, bringing down Friday as well, but Defiance is there with the trade. Nalgard actually gets taken down. He's blinded right now. It's a 2-on-2 situation, and with that Spore from Hill actually getting taken down from the CT spawn area, and with that it's a 2-on-1 situation. How is Joker going to play this? Once again, more smokes coming out. He's looking for this player who's hiding in that area, but he can't really find them, and now they're falling back, just playing with Joker's positioning right now, and just forcing him into a very bad situation, because if he goes for this plant, he's probably going to have very difficult. He managed to bring down Defiance, and that's going to bring it into a 1v1. So how is our last player, Hika, going to play this against Joker? Just slowly moving in. Does not know where this player is, rotating in through this little area right now. Sees the player, takes a few shots. They both know each other are there. And now hiding, going to throw down the Molotov to buy some time. And with that, how is Hika going to play this? He's actually running through the smoke here, looking for this 1v1 against Joker. Flash comes out. He's looking down. He looks like he finds him. And he actually brings him down. Oh, Hika, what a play. And that is going to be it. It's going to be Zyphos ZeGg Esports taking map number 1 in this best of 3 grand finals.
Yeah, and it was 16-2.
It was 16-2. It was very, very dominant. But before we get into that, guys, we're going to head on over to a very small commercial break, and once we come back, we'll try to break down the game, even though it was a very one-sided show.
As far as I know, everyone on the team who has tried the new screen from BenQ is using the feature with 240 Hz. It's so amazing. The transition is so great.
I think for me the most important when I play the game is that I feel that all my actions directly represented on the monitor. This is just another level on top of that, I would say.
It improves your gameplay a lot. You can react much faster on these kinds of minders, and like once you play on 240 Hz, you can't go back.
Hello and welcome back everyone to the post-match analysis of that game. Azman, in my opinion, I felt like PnX-Heroes just wasn't the map for them.
More than it wasn't the map for them, I feel like they just weren't focusing on what they needed to do. I mean, they just needed to win the 1v1 gunfights. If they can't do that, you need to have that, support coming in from the next player. Like, because ZeGg does this really well, where even if they lose one player, they have an immediate another player to get that training. They need to put that into practice. Because we did see them take 2 rounds against ZeGg Esports, which means it's not impossible to take rounds over them. You just need that consistent performance coming throughout. So because ZeGg is going to make mistakes, you need to take advantage of that as PnX-Heroes. But with that, you need to, obviously, if you can't win the gunfight, there's no way you win the game.
Yeah, especially if they make those aggressive plays like into A side where they all just rush them. I think if you have a few people over their station, you can always get the trades you need. But unfortunately, they couldn't predict any of their movements, I felt like, and they just got outplayed all over the map.
Yeah, definitely. I think there wasn't really much that we can talk about in terms of what they could have done better. The only thing is that they just need to win their 1v1 gunfights, and if they do that, everything else will kind of fall into place. But with a team like ZeGg, you can't be playing default CSGO, default CSGO where I'm going to hold this place, you're going to hold this place. That can't happen. You need to be able to rotate, move fast, expect something that you wouldn't expect another team to do, because ZeGg is at another level. So even the box hop that we saw with the, the player actually just helping Friday get the boost onto those B boxes on the B short area was a huge, he wasn't expecting that. Those kind of things you need to expect when it comes to a team like ZeGg, because we saw PnX-Hero also, using those, boosts and everything during the match in overpass. So that kind of play needs to be expected every single round. You need to be on high alert. You need to be looking for everything, and every single shot that you want to make, at least try to make sure you're hitting the head at least. Just keep to the basics, but expect more advanced stuff coming in from ZeGg. but just make sure to not give them too much respect. That's the biggest issue that most comes from most of these teams, where they give ZeGg too much respect because of how well they've been performing. True, you should give them a certain level of respect, but that doesn't mean you should give it to such a point that you actually lose your own play style.
Yeah, that's a very important aspect, and I think that's going to be it from us for the first game. We'll be back with the second game very shortly. It's going to be on Vertigo, I assume. So stay tuned.
Beats like the drum in the deep, and the water from around slowly weeps. Like your eyes, cold as ice, dead as the dark. Wasn't love after all, just a watermark in the frozen lake there reflected. I was suddenly disconnected. Now the darkness is approaching, flooding in my tears. My heart is choking.
As far as I know, everyone on the team who has tried the new screen from BenQ is using the feature with 240 Hz. It's so amazing, the transition is so great.
I think for me the most important when I play the game is that I feel that all my actions directly represented on the monitor. This is just another level on top of that, I would say.
It improves your gameplay a lot. You can react much faster on these kinds of monitors, and like once you play on 240 Hz, you can't go back.
Everyone grips the mouse differently, so how can one mouse work for all? Different sizes and shapes for your options. Pick the one that fits your grip for long-lasting comfort and gameplay. With driverless design, you just plug and play.
like the drumming deep and the water from around slowly weeps like your eyes cold as ice, dead as the dark. Was our love after all just a watermark in the frozen lake there reflected? I was suddenly disconnected. Now the darkness is approaching, flooding in my tears, my heart is choking. Gonna take some time, but I will prove I'm stronger. The devil's gonna hold, trying to pull me under tonight. Make a fire, put away my tears. Gonna creep me out those wasted years. Those wasted years.
As far as I know, everyone on the team who has tried the new screen from BenQ is using the feature with 240 Hz. It's so amazing, the transition is so great.
I think for me the most important when I play the game is that I feel that all my actions directly represented on the monitor. This is just another level on top of that, I would say.
It improves your gameplay a lot. You can react much faster on these kinds of monitors, and like once you play on 240 Hz, you can't go back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Zoe Asia Extremesland Sri Lanka qualifier organized by Gamer.lp. I will be your caster, Darkro. So we just witnessed the game number 1 in this grand finals, best of 3 between ZeGg Esports as well as PnX-Heroes. It was played on, I believe it was Inferno, not Inferno, I'm actually Mirage. Mirage was the map that they played it on. It was 16-2. It was a completely one-sided game. So this next map is probably going to be in the Vertigo map. So that is a very interesting map for sure. So that's going to be very interesting to see whether PnX-Heroes can kind of change things up and make it uncomfortable for ZeGg Esports. But they do have a lot of experience under their belt. They probably would have played this map quite a number of times. So with that, we did see them outgun PnX-Heroes in game number 1. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play in game number 2, whether they can still keep their mentality positive and go into the game thinking for a win, coming in as the underdogs, and maybe force map number 3, which will probably most probably does too if it does happen. But anyway, we should be having a knife round very, very soon. But either way, the first map going the way of ZeGg Esports, and with that, if they do win this, they will be winning the grand finals and that trip to India as well. So right now you can see right below me, so Nuke was banned out, Train was banned out, Mirage was the map that they just played, where ZeGg Esports actually won a very convincing victory. And with that, now we'll be seeing the next game, which is going to be Vertigo. Then Inferno is banned out, Overpass is banned out, and with that, we'll be having the final match, which is going to be Dust 2. So it's going to be interesting to see. Vertigo is one of those maps that, you know, has a very difficulty layer to it just because of how whether you want to play it on the high ground or the low ground. I mean, depending on which side you want to play in, and you know there's so many pathways that you can take. There are so many ways that you can actually lurk in this game. So that is going to be very interesting to see in terms of how they're going to play. But so far, I think ZeGg Esports are in a very comfortable situation to kind of close out the game itself. They've been playing really well throughout this. They haven't really lost any game at all because most of these games were best of ones. And with that, we are getting into the round. It will probably be the 9th round for sure. And the winner of this will be basically just deciding on whether they want to start as counter-terrorists or terrorists. So currently we have ZeGg Esports on the side of the terrorists, and with that we'll begin the 9th round. So far everyone getting chopped down. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation, and with that Nugget actually goes down. So looks like ZeGg Esports going to win that 9th round, and as you can see, a lot of movement coming around in this map. There is a very elevated sense of things in this map right now, so it's going to be interesting to see is ZeGg Esports going to decide to go on to the terrorist side or on to the counter-terrorist side. We're just going to wait for that reset to happen, but so far you can see how interesting the map is. So the way it's divided, and with that looks like PnX-Heroes will be on the terrorist team, and ZeGg Esports is going to be on the counter-terrorist team. So looks like they'll be able to just kind of just use that advantage, try to close out this game as soon as possible. But with that, we do have the pistol round coming out, so the USPs and everything now currently in the hands of ZeGg Esports, and the P250s on the side of PnX-Heroes. And with that, looks like the match is going to start, and immediately it's going to be 3 players on the side of A, and it's going to be 1 in the middle area, just making sure that they control that mid section. And with that, looks like it's going to be a rush to this A side right now. Everyone is running in, and Hika looking for some sort of cover, looking for those 1v1 fights, need to connect on his shots, but immediately getting taken down here. So that's going to be the first player getting taken down by ZeGg by PnX-Heroes. They are now currently hiding in the smoke, looking to get that plant down, looking for the shots. Friday not being able to find anyone, and the plant actually goes down, and with that they are on the high ground right now. They don't see anyone. Right, the Friday actually now is easily getting taken down. It's a 4-on-4 situation right now, and with that Nugget sees one. He's trying to get for the headshot, and he managed to get it in the end, and Nugget managed to bring the numbers even low. It's a 2-on-2 situation. With that Defiance, one more tap fire should be enough. He actually managed to bring it down, and now Benji with the end of that, and looks like Nugget is going to be the last person to fall, and Benji is going to be able to defuse this, and the first round going the way of ZeGg Esports. Alright, so with that, looks like the advantage goes towards ZeGg Esports. What are they going to pick up? So a few FAMASs. We actually see a M4A4 as well onto Benji right there. We do see a few exchanges being there. So Benji is going to pick up the FAMAS, and the M4A4 is going to go towards the way of Friday. They do have a few of these SMGs if they want to use it. FAMAS is available. Pistols. A few Gallias being picked up. AKs being picked up. SMGs being picked up by PnX-Heroes as well. Looks like they want to go in for the all-in right now, and looks like SPZ now moving in, and Friday looking for that 1v1. Actually managed to bring it down in the last few. He needs to reload his bullet. This support is there from Benji. He wants it, waiting for the player to move in. Nice flashbang coming in, gets the second one as well. Friday now Hika managing to get down the third player. Now it's a 2-on-4 situation right now, losing Defiance as well. Benji and Hellscream now looking for the next player, running in the 1v1, and Jiren actually managed to take the trade as well. Hika slowly moving in right behind Jiren right there, manages to bring him down. It's a 2-on-1 situation, waiting for Benji right now to rotate in so both of them can work together. Now it's only Spore from Hell, the only one left alive. They have the information on the bomb as well. They see Benji. Now it's a 1-on-1 situation. Spore from Hell taking no damage whatsoever. It can be anyone's game right now. It's a 1v1 gunfight, but it's going to go the way of Hika right now. And once again, ZeGg Esports managing to clutch out that round. It seemed really good. It was a 2-on-1 situation, and Hika just making sure it happened for sure and picking up an AK for free. So here's that Fridays, getting that initial double open, and there managed to bring down one and then bringing down the second one as well. And Hika with really good support right there, immediately almost getting taken down. The trade was not really there, but the split coming in from the side of PnX-Heroes was pretty nice. And now once again, looks like they're going in for a Tech 9 strat in this particular round right now. They're going to head into the other side right now, fighting all in the high ground. Benji just tapping away already. All four of them actually being taken down. It's the last person. 360 shots coming in, and now they're just running. SPZ trying to reconnect himself, just trying to just reposition himself there, but immediately gets taken down, and that is definitely not the side you want to run into, up that ramp into the high ground where your head is always exposed and easy for pickings for a player like Benji. So that's the third round going the way of Zyphers. ZeGg Esports right now, once again in a very dominant fashion. You can see the nice dancing coming in from them, using these weapons really well, and just just dancing in and out of cover. And once again you can see the movement coming in from Friday as well. So we're going to be moving into round number 4 once again. So now once again they bought, so you can see all the AKs being picked up as well as an AUG as well. So they're moving into the A side once again, throwing down these Molotovs, making sure to cover all these areas, and with that smokes coming in, more zoning tools coming up, going for those wall banks. Nothing really connecting. Defiance hiding really well. Another Molotov just to cover up his expectations there. Now Friday getting spammed through that. He actually getting picked off after getting bring down Joker as well. And now Defiance getting picked off as well through the smoke. And Nugget trying to go for this plant here. Hika looking for someone going to try and spray, and immediately getting taken down. And that is going to be the team immediately getting destroyed by ZeGg Esports. And that is going to be round number 4. They're really not even going to decide on whether they want to defuse the bomb right now. And they do actually in the end. And I thought Benji was actually going to jump off the map there, but decides to keep his life intact. So once again going into round number 5, PnX-Heroes once again just buying every single round right now. Armor, weapons, everything. The more they lose, the more income that they do get. So there is a little bit of few changes that's being made, and with that, how are they going to make this move? You can see Naga just getting zoned out by the molly right there. Friday taking a decent amount of damage, exactly not sure from what. But now SS easily moving up. I don't think this is the high ground you want to move into. Once again, we saw what happened last time they moved into this B side. There was heads ready to get taken here. Hellscream and them holding this area. Once again needs this one tap onto Benji there right there, but nothing really connecting. More nades coming out. Nothing really connecting in the sense of how much damage it does. They do manage to bring down Spore from Hell. All 5 now moving in from PnX-Heroes, Zyphers, ZeGg losing SS easily. Now it's a 3-on-5 situation. It's a 2-on-5 situation. This side is not the side you want to try and take. And with that, Friday actually gets taken down, but all 5 once again on the side of PnX-Hero getting cleaned up by ZeGg Esports. And this is such a one-sided map right now. I don't think PnX-Heroes really know how to play this map, and because of that they're suffering quite a bit. They are not sure on which areas they want to approach from, and just getting this counter side, having this high ground advantage. There's really nothing much that PnX-Heroes can do in this sense. They're trying everything that they possibly can. Once again buying out in the next round as well. I think Spore from Hell doesn't even have a helmet in this case, so it looks like they're trying to push in once again. Going into this A side, only one player there. It's only going to be Hika just right now holding this position. They can't find anyone right there. I think they can probably hear the footsteps, and now number 2 rotating into assist as well. So it's going to be Defiance there to help out Hika. So once again more rotations coming in from ZeGg Esports. How are they going to approach? Nugget taking a few shots, immediately getting taken down here. Hika gets one, Benji gets one, Hika gets another one, Hika gets another one. It's a triple one. Spoke from him, actually managed to bring down Friday as well. Picks up SG553 as well, or yeah, SG553, and he's thinking of whether he wants to go down these ladders here. Try to connect into B. He does not have the bomb right now. He's trying to save, just heading all the way down with making a least amount of noise as possible. And with that, once again, it looks like ZeGg Esports will be able to just kind of gain that advantage once again. So the bomb is down. They're looking for this last player, and with that, Benji looking towards Spore from Hell. The shots come in, and he's in a very dangerous space, and he actually gets taken down. Spore from Hell going down, not being able to save that weapon as well. So 6-0. ZeGg Esports on fire right now. So much momentum on their side, just outclassing PnX-Heroes, and there's really nothing too much that they can do unless they just sit and watch until the game is currently over. So once again, Molotovs being dropped out. Friday looking for this pickoffs. He actually shows, takes a few shots. The flashbang is there. So really, meanwhile, Benji actually gets picked up. They should know that most of these heroes, most of these players are actually out in the open. They actually managed to get the trade onto Friday as well. Once again, Defiance actually going down as well. So looks like PnX-Heroes actually managing to find the advantage right now. They're getting onto side. They open the door. Hellscream immediately gets taken down. It's only going to be Hika in a 1 vs 5 situation. Hika brings down one. Can he bring down the rest of the situation? Here comes the nade. Slowly tossing it up. Takes another shot. The nade is there, but he's reloading the gun, and that is going to be Hika getting taken out. And PnX-Heroes finally managing to find some footing, just rushing into their site and managing to take a round off ZeGg Esports. They are much needed for them, and looks like they will be buying out once again, getting the weapons that they wanted to. And with that, this might be the momentum shift that we were waiting for. Can PnX-Heroes do anything more to bring it back in their favor? So once again, Friday Looking for an angle here. They're waiting for them to show their body right now. Shows one, shows second one, just playing through. He actually gets headshotted there. Hika as well as Friday both getting taken down. Hell Scream currently looking for the next player. Joker, can he see Joker? He's actually going to move out right there. Joker actually jumping across, and meanwhile he's actually hears the sounds, but he's going to be able to reposition himself, looking for the player here. And now Benji actually gets taken out. It's only going to be Hell Scream. Hell Scream managed to get that one headshot, getting the second one as well. It's a 1-on-2 situation here. It's a 1-on-4. It was a 1-on-4. Can Hell Scream actually clutch this out? Meanwhile, they're moving into the A side here. They're going to try and get the plant down. And PnX-Heroes suddenly looking so good right now. They seem to have figured out exactly what they want to do and how they want to play, and they're taking advantage of that. And with that, he's going to show. He actually gets a few shots off. Hellscream taking a decent amount of damage, but Joker not holding up on this angle. Once again, Flashbang comes out, but does he actually connect? But immediately Joker actually managed to take him down, and that is going to be another round going the way of PnX-Heroes, suddenly slowly making their comeback into the round here on Vertigo. So with that, moving into round number 9, ladies and gentlemen. Benji once again just moving in. It looks like they're going for a pistol round as well. So looks like they actually do have to save. Friday holding an angle right now. Has that, one headshot. They're going for the second one, but that is going to be all. So just needed to stay a little bit calm there. They do have guns on the side of PnX-Heroes. So once again, the Deagles coming in. And these players are really low. Benji, the only one alive. He does have that 5-7 as well. He needs to bring down to most of these guys. He actually sees them on the ladder, on the ladder, on the ladder, on the ladder. Okay, he's going to be able to reset here, going up all the way, and immediately the moment he gets up, poof, and he's gone. It was a nice try there. Both of them were quite low, but once again, PnX-Heroes taking that third successive round from ZeGg Esports, and looks like that dominant performance suddenly seems to be out the window right now, and that is not even an intended part. Nice headshot coming in from here. If they could connect one more, it would have been a much better chance here, but Friday just panicking a little bit, missing out on that second and third shot. If he had managed to get one more, it would have been a much different story, but with that, looks like we're coming into the game once again. Benji with the nade, they're going to move into the open. They actually see heads, they actually get a headshot onto Benji as well. Now Defiance and Hika should be knowing that their players are coming this way. They're more open in the, most probably in the open right now. With that, Maldives actually come down. They managed to bring one, they managed to bring down two, and now they're all low on the side of the terrorist team. 3 are alive on the side of Zyphers. ZeGg Esports right now. Another nade comes in, does a decent amount of damage, misses the shots there, gets headshotted. It's a 2-on-3 situation. Dylan actually gets taken down as well. Nugget throwing more nades. Hellscream and Friday, the only ones arrived right now. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Looks like they're going to rotate into the A side right now. We're taking a look on Friday. Looks like he's going to try to make himself get into that A side as well, and with that they're going to throw down a flash. Very nicely done there, and he should know that there are players here for sure. And with that, SSEZ now moving in, and now Nugget looking for that place to kind of plant the bomb, and with that he hasn't really peeked. He's waiting to look over the corner. Blinder, he sees both of them. Beautiful control with that AK-47, and that is going to be Hellscream getting the MVP for most eliminations in that lane, in that round, and that is going to be Zyphers Esports taking round number 10. So that is going to be them once again. Just you can see that nice double headshot, one ball bang. So apparently shot him through the first play itself. So very interesting shot coming out there from our Hellscream right there, and managing to pick a few AKs there. Hika is going to be the one holding that. With that rush coming in, here comes the essence spray. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, and that is going to be 3 and 4. Karim the trade is right there. Hika now once again in the open. The AK-47 is there, and that is going to be another quick wipe. PnX-Heroes getting eradicated in that round. ZeGg Esports doing a really good job of just cleaning them up. Triple kill going the way of Benji right there. So really good heads up play to use that SMG. You can see Defiance actually just shooting them down, mowing them down one by one, and Hika just cleaning out the last player just to close the round out. So this time Molotov being dropped up, you can see all the smokes and everything being thrown, and suddenly the advance coming in from the terrorists have been stopped. So they've kind of figured out the pattern that PnX-Heroes want to use. Are they going to push in? They should be set up for this already. So Zyphers already ready to see what kind of play these guys are going to make on the side of PnX-Heroes. Moving in, taking a few shots, shooting to the smoke as well. Once again, just one AK and the rest are actually just pistols. I think that one SMG as well. So not the best ability to buy, but they're all buying currently in every single round. And with that, now headshot getting taken out. Spore from here actually gets shot in the head, and with that Joker actually goes down as well. It's a 2-on-5 situation. Everyone on the side of Zyphers ZeGg Esports right now currently very, very healthy. Jiren, the only one alive, takes down one, but immediately gets traded out, and then he's going to get taken down. It's only going to be Nugget, the last person alive for PnX-Heroes, and he doesn't even have the bomb. So he might run into most of these players. The Defiance looking for Nugget right now. Nugget, is he trying to save a pistol? I hope not. So he should be probably going down very soon. He's just making his way through everybody very, very silently. He has picked up a CZ as well. Sees one of these players. Is he going to knife it? Oh no! That was so close! Oh, that was so close. You almost sniped one of the players from esports, ZeGg esports. That would, I think, would be very difficult kind of trying to lead that down if you did manage to get knifed. But just pulling out the knife alerted the player there and managing to finish it off instead of going for that easy CZ kill. So once again, the area that they like to play in, PnX-Heroes, they found some success from here, but immediately getting blocked off right now, not even using the smokes to kind of move in. And once again, now we see Zyphus, the ZeGg esports team just dropping down these smokes, limiting the vision that they have, throwing down these mollies, moving extremely close. You can see Benji looking for another opening, but with that, he actually gets taken down, spraying through the smoke right now. Hika managing to connect onto a few shots right now, does not see where the rest of the players are. Once again, actually gets taken out by one of these players, shooting through the smoke. They're very well recognized to actually shoot there. And with that, Hellscream, he probably will see one of these players here, takes a few shots, nothing really connects, actually managed to bring him down with a nice headshot. He's actually managed to drop Nugget very low as well, and with that we see the wraparound coming in from Jiren. He's trying to get onto this high ground, look whether he can see, maybe try to get a pick off, and with that Defiance actually managing to get another pick. The bomb actually goes down as well, and now number 5 might run into team number 4 right now, so he might actually run into Hellscream. He needs to be a little bit careful here. Hellscream hiding behind the wood right now. Just if he goes for that wall bang, he might be able to get him. But with that, looks like Defiance is hiding as well. Nugget just going in for the bomb. He sees it there. He probably knows that there is going to be some counters in that area as well. Pushing in, does not manage to see him on the left side there. Pushing forward now, both Jiren as well as Hellscream moving in together. He's going to immediately get taken out. And like that, the trade is just there from Defiance. Bring down Jiren right there. And looks like Zyphus ZeGg win the round once again, 10-3. What a dominant performance coming in from ZeGg esports right now. 10 rounds taken to PnX-Heroes 3 rounds. Beautiful shot coming in there from Hellscream. Trying to take down the next one as well, but Nugget managing to get away. But nice trade coming in from Defiance, expecting the player to come through there and just finishing things off with a nice little headshot. Hellscream with a nice headshot there. It's a one-on-one trade. Once again, Jiren getting picked off this time by Hellscream. Hika managed to bring down Jiren as well. And now Hika looking for the next one. He knows that Joker is around. Nice flashbang there with the support. He's like trying to look for the head right now. Joker cannot move. And with that, they actually get a nice headshot onto Hika. They're dropping the bomb moving forward. And once again, Defiance actually getting taken down. This time, Pistol is there. And Hika managing to finish off. Once again, Zyphus ZeGg esports getting taken out by PnX-Heroes. So with that, this is going to be a few of the highlights. You can see the USP to finish things up, and with that, Zyphus ZeGg esports moving into closer to that title where they'll be heading over the championship. I mean, just winning through the qualifiers here in the grand finals and getting that trip to India to showcase their skills in CSGO. Benji burning alive a little bit. Hit actually getting taken down. Friday managed to close out, bring down Spoke from Hell once again, just staying in the open for way too long. And now the push actually comes in, looking for the trade. He's actually falling really low. He gets picked up this time by Defiance right now, giving a lot decent amount of support. And now Nugget and ZeGg is going to be the only two that's alive, running in, looking to pick up this bomb. And now in the open fight, looking for that trade, but he's immediately going to get taken down. Defiance is in the area once again. Nate coming in, but immediately just enough body right there for Defiance to pick him off. And now it's a 1-on-2 situation. Hellscream versus Defiance right now. He knows where Defiance is. He does not know where Hellscream is. Where is Hellscream going to be rotating from? So far, it's such a one-sided map. And looking at it, he just managed to get that one headshot. Nugget looking for the next player as well. Should be knowing that Hellscream is somewhere in this area, looking to and nice. So looks like Nugget will be able to close out this the last round here, managing to get one more round for PnX-Heroes in the end, just clutching it out 1 against 2. So you can see in the replay here, Friday doing his best, but in the end, just not could get that one more very important trade, and Defiance managed to get that pick off as well. Now 1 versus 2, and Nugget playing it very patiently, moving out, getting Defiance as well, and then just taking out the last player as well. So looking at the scoreboard, Hika with 18 kills. We had a few of the other players with 14, 14, 14. So ZeGg actually very balanced in terms of how they've been playing. And Vertigo is not one of those maps where it's very easy to play. So the halftime is going to be very interesting, and see how how PnX-Heroes are going to be playing on that counter-terrorist side for sure. It seemed very much easier for the counter-terrorist side. There was so much advantage, just having that high ground and a lot of natural cover as well available in the sides as well. So it makes it very difficult to rotate. So the terrorists, ZeGg might have a little bit of difficulty when they're playing in the terrorist team for sure. sure, but you know, we're going to wait and see on how well they can actually manage that. But so far, the gunfights, the control, the teamwork coming in from ZeGg Esports has been immaculate. It has been crazy. I mean, they're just dominating throughout, so that's why end of the halftime it was 12-4, so they just need 4 more rounds and they actually close out this game. And if they do win, they'll be taking the qualifier home, they'll be taking it all, and there'll be qualifiers from Sri Lanka taking on some of the best teams in the international scene as well, probably going up against some teams from India as well as Pakistan for the Zoe Asia Extremesland tournament for sure. So that is something to look forward for, but that is still not confirmed, because if PnX-Heroes can bring it back while holding down this defense in the counter race side, they can actually go into map number 3, and it's going to be Dust 2. So if it is Dust 2, that means pretty much everyone can be on the same footing, because everyone knows just the tactics and how to use everything on Dust 2, because everyone plays on that map, they put in the time, the effort and everything. So it's going to be very interesting to see how things kind of work out for sure. It's going to be interesting for sure, but ZeGg Esports so far just showing a very, very dominant showcasing right now. And with that, we are going to get into the next pistol round after the halftime. Who is going to take it first, because that is going to be super important to see for sure. So looking at the approach, it's not going to be a split. Looks like they do want to take advantage of this A side right now. Hika as well as the rest of ZeGg moving in very, very slowly. Are they going to give an opening is the question. Nugget right now holding out a very tight angle. He'll probably be the first person to see most of them coming. No sounds being made by Zyphers, ZeGg Esports, and with that a beautiful smoke coming in. So they should be knowing that this movement is coming in from Zyphers. Once again taking a few shots. Benji taking a little bit of damage right there, but now they know that these players are around. Defiance taking a shot onto his own player right now. Hika moving all the way around, taking a few shots through the smoke right there. Sees one player and he's actually managing to dodge most of the bullets, taking a 1 or 2 situation, and with that spear from Hill actually gets taken down, and immediately everyone just dies, and Zyphers ZeGg Esports taking another round, making it 12-4. So it's going to be 12-4, and with that they're going to be able to buy as well. So you can see them picking up the AKs and everything. So are they just going to run at are they going to just run at PnX-Heroes in this round, or are they going to take it slow like once again and just look for those opportunities using those smokes and utilities as much as they possibly can? With that we have a few SMGs, 2 AKs as well, and immediately Nugget running into most of these players. The Molotov should be enough to bring them down. So the trade is there, but with that immediately Spire from Hill taking down Defiance, but finally managed to get that trade as well. So it's a 4-on-3 situation right now. The advantage going towards the side of Zyphers ZeGg Esports. And with that, they actually lose Benji getting sniped. The Joker actually taking him down, hiding in that area. And with that, Friday actually gets taken down as well. And now it's a 2-on-3 situation. They're looking SSPCC, looking for this player right now. And now they're actually going to get the trade as well. So he's going to immediately get taken down. And another player actually helps Scream and Hika both working together. Brings down Joker, brings down SSPCC. They're going to get the plant. They're looking for this last player. It's Jiren. Jiren taking a few shots. They're actually connecting onto Hika here. Can he get that shot is the question. Here comes a lovely flashbang from Jiren, actually trying to blind this player. But Hellscream knows exactly how the movement is going to come, and he's going to bring him down, and that's going to be another round going the way of Zyphers ZeGg Esports to 13-4. Just need 3 more rounds to close out the qualifier. On fire right now, but in this round PnX-Heroes should be able to buy out whatever weapon they want. So with that, moving on into the next round, we can see them just taking a few more aggressive stances right now. Joker going to fall back from this A side right now, looking for more better positioning, looking for where these ZeGg Esports players are going to go for. Maybe they just put all the resources in one side, but with that you can see the smokes coming in, the Molotovs coming in. You can see the positioning coming in from Joker, just looking in for these players. Nice Molotovs coming out as well, just trying to just check whether most of these players are hiding in these areas. And another beautiful smoke coming out from ZeGg, just covering all these possible entryways. Nugget taking decent amount of damage, Spore from Hill also taking decent amount of damage. Nice headshot onto Hika. Hika actually goes down, but Spore from Hill immediately gets traded off. Friday goes down, Hellstream goes down, Benji actually goes down as well. So it's suddenly more about Nugget with 3 kills, and now it's going to be Defiance. The last, it was a 1-on-2, but Joker was there with the eliminations. And once again, PnX-Heroes taking a very convincing win in that round for sure. Just spraying down all of the players from ZeGg Esports, and that was exactly what you wanted to see. So PnX-Heroes getting another point onto the board. So it's 5-13 right now. Is this going to be the start of the comeback for the side of PnX-Heroes? So once again, a bit of miscoordination there, throwing down the Molotov, not waiting for that full duration, dropping a smoke right into that. With that, Benji actually taking a decent amount of damage, and with that, they've all actually picked up some deagles as well, so looking for all these players and more nades coming in. How are they going to play this right now? They did manage to bring down Joker as well, so that means they might actually have a chance at a gun here. But it might be a little bit difficult, so looks like they did manage to get that headshot onto Joker. They're just getting caught out a little bit, looking for the next player as well. They don't really want to give up too much. I think they're expecting the players from ZeGg supposed to kind of run in and trying to pick up that weapon as well. So immediate high ground being used there. Friday going to go for the trade there with Jiren there, but Jiren managed to get both those kills. Very well played by him, just controlling that area once again. And with that, now Defiance and Hellscream, and as well as Hika slowly moving in. Nice headshot there onto Jiren, and now Defiance actually getting another nice headshot onto Spore from Hell as well. And suddenly it's a 3-on-2 situation. They do have weapons, or do they? And now Hika actually going to get taken down. Now Hellscream as well. The P90 going to work, and with that, a triple kill for SSSSZZZZZ, getting a triple kill in the most wanted time, and once again putting another round for PnX-Heroes against ZeGg Esports, even though they were running a pistol round right there, or a deagle round. So with that, we're coming into round number 20, ladies and gentlemen. ZeGg Esports currently struggling to get the last 3 points. PnX-Heroes putting up a decent show right now. They seem to have found their footing. They're taking most of these gunfights really well, and now Hellscream going for a very interesting peek right there. And now Benji once again looking up, seeing whether they can find anywhere where they would like to drop a smoke or anything like that, but will they be able to find him? Joker looking, he actually sees Benji moving forward, and once again looking for anyone else lurking around. Benji actually going to get taken down, but the support is there from Friday, and the headshot is there, and with that they actually get the trade as well. Jiren actually taking out Hika, just crouching and shooting with his P90, and now Friday is dropping in some smokes there just to convolute a little bit of that space. He actually sees Nugget there. Nugget going for the headshot. He just trying to wallbang as well, does not connect, and with that Friday managed to hide as well. Now looking for the next player. Hellscream actually gets taken down. Meanwhile, Jiren now running in with that P90, brings down one more, and that is going to be another round going the way of PnX-Heroes. And suddenly ZeGg Esports just struggling a little bit, and looks like they'll be able to buy out in this round. So we might see a difference, but looks like they're actually going for another eco round. So so far, suddenly, we actually see a huge comeback coming in from PnX-Heroes. They've already brought it to round number 20, and they're doing a really good job. It just goes to show you how well, lurking in this map can be. And with this P90, Jiren is doing so much damage right now. You can see him just taking out all these players one by one, and just, putting on the pressure. And with that rush coming in from Hellscream, ZeGg Esports now currently pushing in. Hellscream burning to death right now. Benji is still alive, and with that they lose Hika as well. Benji gets taken down as well, and now it's only with Defiance and Defiance and Friday, and they actually managed to get the trade as well, and they managed to bring down, it's a 1-on-2 situation right now. They managed to bring down 3 on the side of PnX-Heroes with just pistols. They managed to get an AK-47 on the hands of Defiance here, and he has really good aim. So need to be really careful, and with that in the high ground, I think Jiren made a little bit of too much sound there. Sees one more, gets a headshot. It's a 1v1 situation. Can Defiance clutch it out, ladies and gentlemen, and bring it back for ZeGg Esports? He does have that AK-47. He does not have any way of getting into that bomb. Slowly moving around, looking at the time. He has 1 minute to play with, so he has a lot of time. He needs to be careful. He does not want to fall off, and Defiance should be making enough sound that he might be able to see this player right now. So he should be knowing where this guy is. So it looks like he might try to go pick up the bomb. Is he going to look in this corner right now? And Jiren hiding, looking the wrong way, and now he actually takes a shot, and Jiren manages to clutch out the round for the side of PnX-Heroes, and they're going to be going up once again another round. It's going to be 13-8, and mind you, when we started this round it was 12-4, so they have taken 4 rounds against ZeGg Esports. Slowly, I thought Defiance had it, but apparently PnX-Heroes with the P90 just too strong, ladies and gents. So once again, nice boost onto Jiren here. It looks like he really likes this spot, just keeping in the high ground, just getting those pickoffs as well. Benji now getting flashed, currently blinded, and with that they might be rushing in once again. More smokes coming in from these players. Shots again taken, and Friday actually taking a decent amount of damage. With that, looks like they might want to go to the lower area here, going down using this ladder right now. Spore from Hell looking for another wraparound, but Hellscream is there taking a few shots, but nothing really connects, and they actually lose a player there. And Joker meanwhile actually gets taken down. Benji gets wall bang right there, but the trade is there coming in from Hika, and now once again Jiren as well as Spore from Hell now running into the side. The bomb has been planted. So once again, ZeGg finally getting control of this game, and looks like they might be able to put another round onto the table here. But now Hika trying to fight round. A nice headshot coming in from Spore from Hell, bringing down Defiance. But now Hika managing to bring down ZeGg. Now Friday actually peeking and getting the headshot as well, and Spore from Hell getting taken down. And ZeGg Esports finally getting another round on the board and suddenly breaking the momentum that PnX-Heroes was gaining in this map. So moving into round number 23, ladies and gentlemen, how is ZeGg Esports going to try and close this out? So we see another very nice smoke being dropped down. ZeGg not expecting that. Few nades coming out as well, nothing really connecting, and with that we see Jiren once again looks like they're forced into a pistol round on the side of PnX-Hero. The economy gain for them has kind of been busted right now, and with that they picked up a few ZZs as well as 5-7s along with a Deagle as well, and looks like that is going to be Benja moving into the side, taking a few shots, actually connects with one of them, and looks like he's going to drop a flash. Beautiful flash right there, looking for the players on the left side as well, and now Hellscream looking for anyone who wants to lurk from behind, just making sure that there is no opportunity for them to kind of take these players down, and Jiren and as well as Nagar. And now once again here comes a nice Molotov that kind of zone them out, and with that Benji actually shooting in, getting a few headshots. Friday needs to be careful, no trade coming in, picks up the AK-47 as well. So now they might be a little bit dangerous. It's a 3-on-1 situation going for Friday, but Nagar knowing that another player coming from behind him, but immediately gets taken down. And ZeGg Esports on match point right now, ladies and gentlemen. Will they be able to close it out and become the winners of the Zoe Asia Extremesland Sri Lanka qualifiers and get that opportunity to go to India and take on the international stage once again? So Defiance, here we go, we see him just kind of breaking away. It looks like they're going for a split this time, just kind of try and cover multiple areas at once. And ZeGg so far have been doing a really good job of taking control of the sites, much better than how PnX-Heroes were currently doing it, but they did find an answer when they were playing in the counter race team. They did manage to find a few wins as well as a few opportunities to kind of get in on the board, and with that they actually lose 2 more players there. They only have 3 more left, and meanwhile Jiren just running around but immediately getting shot up, making too much noise there. With that Defiance comes in, throws in a nice molly as well. Here comes a nade just for their bodies as well. They do have only 1 more player left. It's going to be Nugget. Are they going to try and knife him to finish off things? But with that, looks like he is going to get taken out, and a headshot to finish things off, and that is going to be ZeGg Esports, your winners for the Zoe Asia Extremesland qualifiers here in Sri Lanka with a very dominant performance. It looked like there was a little bit shaky in that second half of things. But anyway, congratulations to them, well played. PnX-Heroes obviously giving a really good fight there, but it was not enough in the end. But anyway, before we get into the analysis of the game, we're going to head into a small break, and once we get back, we'll be just going to break down the game and see why ZeGg Esports were able to claim themselves that #1 spot in the qualifier.
Beats like the drum in the deep, and the water from around slowly weeps. Like your eyes, cold as ice, dead as the dark. Was our love after all just a watermark in the frozen lake there reflected? I was suddenly disconnected. Now the darkness is approaching, flooding in my tears. My heart is choking.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and once again we just crowned our winners for the Zoe Asia Extremesland Sri Lanka qualifier organized by Gamer.lk. It was ZeGg Esports. So what a dominant performance coming out from them. So I think it was just a lack of experience coming out from PnX-Heroes on that map right there. So we saw during the counter-terrorist phase where ZeGg Esports were playing, they just knew exactly where and when PnX-Heroes were going to come in from. They did lose a few rounds. They did lose about 4 rounds within that first half of the game, but majority of the rounds did go towards the side of ZeGg Esports. They managed to control the map really well. They controlled most of their movements. They took the fights. They got the trades. I think end of the day, it was just a very difficult map for PnX-Heroes to kind of execute, and we saw just how strong being on the counter-terrorist side was when PnX-Heroes kind of took control of that area as well, just shutting down most of the movements coming in from ZeGg Esports, forcing them into eco, managing their economy really well, and then just kind of shutting them down slowly. But then once again, the moment that ZeGg Esports took 1 round off of them, then from there they just grabbed the momentum back once again. PnX-Heroes did have a slight glimmer of hope, but they weren't able to close it out sadly and force it into a game number 3 in Dust 2. But Vertigo just going to show, it's one of those difficult maps to kind of master, and it's very difficult to know exactly how we want to move. But ZeGg Esports showed a lot of experience. You could see the nades, the Molotovs, as well as the smokes being placed down really well to block down most of these sites. They were doing a very good job of using all these boost spots as well, but they weren't really abusing it too well on the side of PnX-Heroes. They did get a few 1 or 2 kills here and there, but they tried their best for sure. But ZeGg Esports just on a class of their own. So congratulations to ZeGg Esports, and they'll be moving on to play the matches in India as well. So congratulations to them. With that, thank you so much every one of you who are watching at home for joining us for some really good CSGO action and some top tier plays coming in from the Sri Lanka's #1 team. But with that, we're going to be wrapping things up from here. Thank you so much. I was your caster, Darkro, and with that, we'll be heading off. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
As far as I know, everyone on the team who has tried the new screen from BenQ is using the feature with 240 Hz. It's so amazing, the transition is so great.
I think for me the most important when I play the game is that I feel that all my actions directly represented on the monitor. This is just another level on top of that, I would say.
It improves your gameplay a lot. You can react much faster on these kinds of monitors. And like once you play on 240 Hz, you can't go back.
Beats like the drum in the deep, and the water from around slowly weeps like your eyes, cold as ice, dead as the dark. Was a love after